Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So on Sunday night, the Cincinnati Reds announced that they fired manager David Bell. Now David Bell is the son of Buddy Bell, also the grandson of Gus Bell, but the family's been in baseball for millions of years. And he was fired. He'd been the manager for quite a few years. I was going through his numbers. He's been the manager since 2019, 2020. He's been a manager a long time, or even 2018 or whatever it was. He's been a manager with the Reds for a long time. A little under 500 over those years. The highest they ever finished was second place. That was in the 2020 COVID year. But for the most part, they finished third place, fourth place. This year, they finished in fourth place. There are a few games under 500. With a week left to play. Just going through some of the things. I know that Cincinnati Reds fans are not a big fan of his. They weren't a big fan of his. I know that a lot of Reds fans were very upset when the Reds gave him an extension. I guess in 22. They weren't happy that he got an extension. And last year was a disaster. They lost 60. They lost 101 games last year. So I know in 22 when they gave him a contract extension, a lot of fans are not happy. One of my subscriber, Eric Green, was not happy that they gave him an extension. And he proved out to be right because it was not a good move on their part to sign him. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of everything that happened in Cincinnati. I'm not a Cincinnati Reds fan, obviously. But I felt that team, just from looking at it as afar, that they have a lot of talent. They have very good young infield. They have some very good young everyday players. They have Hunter Green. They have a very good farm system. They have one of the best farm systems in baseball. So there's really no reason for them to be barely under 500. Just under 500 with their talent. They're certainly not a playoff team. But they're not a team that should be having any kind of losing season. And they have one of the best players in baseball playing shortstop in Ellie De La Cruz. He's one of the best players in the game, aside from the 1 million strikeouts that he has this year, over 200 strikeouts. But he is an excellent player, great base stealer, a great shortstop. So there's no reason for that team to be playing as poorly as they have. Now, I'm going to give you a name, and you see from the title of this video, who I suggested to the Reds, or my subscriber, Muttley in Love, who's not a great subscriber to this channel, wrote to me this morning and told me that Buck Showalter would be a great fit for the Reds managerial job. And if you think about it, he's looking for a job, okay? They need a veteran manager in there that can put this group together. They're a young team. He'll teach them how to be professional. He'll iron out all the issues. He'll smooth out the problems in terms of running a game, running a bullpen for the most part, and do a good job. He's done a good job pretty much everywhere he's managed for a bit of a time. He managed the Yankees for quite a few years until 95, 96, they won World Series. He built up and developed the Arizona Diamondbacks organization, and then the year after he left, they won a World Series. And the years that he was with the Rangers, he turned them around after they were in the doldrums, and he got rid of A-Rod. They became a pretty good team. In Baltimore, he took over a bad Baltimore team, and they got good, but then the ownership basically cut payroll massively to where the team completely collapsed in terms of just competitiveness. And then he came to the New York Mets. And won his fourth Manager of the Year award. And that first year, won 101 games, just an amazing year. But they faltered at the end. The Mets had to fire him last year. But the Reds could use a real professional manager there that will be welcomed with open arms. That's quality there. That's a guy that could really help them out as not only as an organization, but just a team, on the field. It'll smooth out the edges of the players. He'll make the players better. And they could use a guy that's been through the wars. He's seen everything. I don't know if any Reds fans watching this video who you want him to be manager. But you need to get a guy that has experience, Now, the only thing is, how much money would Buck want? And are they willing to give a manager that's getting close to 70 years old now? I guess he's 68 now, 69. Are they willing to bring in an older manager to help them at least mentor some of these younger players so where they can become winning players in Cincinnati? That's something that the Reds have to decide. The Reds should go in another direction from a guy that didn't have any experience to a guy that has a lot of experience and has been through all this in many different venues, small markets, big markets, and he would be the perfect guy. In my view, I thought it was a great idea when my subscriber, Muttley Love, mentioned it to me this morning. I thought that was a great idea, and it seemed like a great idea for a video. And I like Buck as a manager, but the first year with the Mets was great, but the month of September wasn't great, and last year was a disaster. Now this year the Mets have a new manager, Carlos Mendoza, and he's done an excellent job. But the point being is that Buck would push them in the right direction in terms of the kind of quality that you want on the field. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.